About this. I will be basically talking to you about how does intraoperative OCT help in lamellar keratoplasty, and there are no financial or proprietary interests. It's a challenge to do this in 6 minutes, but so I'll just be showing the videos. So this is a case of big bubble DALC, which is being done here. And I think this was one of my very first cases, and I've not been able to do better than this after that. So bubble is being instilled here at 50 to 60% depth, and nick is given in the overlying stromal layers. And just as a nick is given in the overlying stromal layers, the bubble egresses out, and you can see whole Descemet membrane complex which is coming up. Now this can then be reinforced again with the help of the viscoelastic agent which is instilled inside, and subsequently the overlying stromal layers, they are split. And actually the intraop OCT microscope helps you to see the side view, which probably you can appreciate only on the slit lamp. And when it is there, then it helps to fine tune your surgery better. So this is a bare Descemet's membrane over which the graft is now being sutured. And sometimes what happens is it also allows you to pick up or pinpoint the mismatch if there is there between the donor and the host. So if there's some little fluid which is present in between in the interface, even that can be picked up. Now, this is a case of macular dystrophy for which the big bubble is being attempted. And notice this is a type 2 bubble because it is coming from the periphery. And it is just stop short here because you don't want it to go that side. And again, AC paracentesis is done here. And it's going to be a very quick egress. The speed of the movie is not changed at all. So it's a very quick egress of the bubble when you give a nick in the overlying stromal layers. And this is basically because probably it is a type 2 big bubble. So very quickly it just egresses out. And even in the previous movie, the speed was not changed at all, where it was such a slow egress. Now, this is followed again by reinforcing the supradesmets compartment, and then one can do the surgery as one would do normally. Now, again, if there's a perforation there, of course, you can see that there is a perforation there, but one can monitor the ledge which is going to cover the perforation and leave a little ledge there at the area of the perforation and then do the graft. And this perforation, of course, will be seen as a discontinuity which is there on the Descemet's membrane in the intraop OCT microscope. So this little ledge which acts like a valve is left here, and then a full thickness donor cornea is taken, and this is then sutured with 10-0 monofilament nylon sutures. Now in healed hydrops, it makes a lot of difference because you need to identify the area where the scar of the hydrops is present. And so when one looks at the scar of the hydrops, then you know that when you're doing your dissection at that point in time, you will have to go a little anteriorly. So this is the trepanation which is being done here. A nick is given in the level of the stroma, and just as you come at the level of the healed hydrops, you can go a little anteriorly. So that that aid is given by the intraop OCT microscope, and clearly you can just tear off the area of the scar which is present here, which can also be seen here. But because it is paracentrally located, so it doesn't hamper the visual acuity so much. And this is just to show the same, that the paracentral scars do move away from the visual axis. Now, in case of a layer by layer DALC, again, it helps because the adjacent tissue which is present here, you know at what level you are. Of course, now these microscopes have even become smarter because there is a scale which comes on the side. So you actually don't have to compare it, but you actually get a exact measure of where you are. And then layer by layer surgery can be completed. Now in DSEC also it helps because we often do DSEC in very hazy corneas, and sometimes you can't make out where your graft is, but if the intraop OCT microscope is there, here you can't make out, you're very faintly, you have to imagine, but here you know the exact morphology or the topography where the graft is. When you put the air bubble there, even at the submicroscopic level, you know that there is some fluid present, and as you do the hydration of the wound, then this moves. So you know that this is not the end point, but if you didn't have this IOCT microscope, you would probably think that's the end point. So it helps you to fine tune or titrate your step in a much better way. Now, when you do a ultra thin desec, such as in this case, the cornea is also hazy. You can't make out which side the graft has flipped. So you look at the curvature of the cornea and you notice that this is upside down, so it has to be like this. And then you can very easily put an air bubble there and get it into the correct orientation. I think about the DMEC, I would just like to show one case, which would be the last case, to show how in hazy corneas it does help. Now, this was a case in which the desmetorexis was done. So these little shreds can be seen here. And S-shaped stamp was also put there. But notice that because the cornea is so hazy, and you have to keep it shallow also, so the S-shaped stamp is not seen. But by the way your configuration is, you can make out in the intraoppository microscope and unfold the graft with the biceps curl upwards, and then put an air bubble there. And even towards the end, when you put the air bubble, you can see that you still can't make out very hazily. You can make out that there is a S which is in the correct orientation. And this is to show the same. Again, very useful, especially when you have folds which are present, like in this case, air bubble was put, there is a fold there. So by looking at it, you can actually redirect the fluid in such a manner that the fold unfolds and then put an air bubble. So the fold unfolds and then you can put the air bubble. So this fold has now disappeared. So I'm not saying you need it, but then it is a useful tool to fine tune your surgery. It gives you a third dimension. It's like a third eye. It helps you to see the unseen. And of course, I think it will continue to get modified in the near future. And I'm sure it will become cheaper as well as more companies start making it. So thank you very much for your kind attention.